bumping away and streaming for all to see. El Cachorro, El Cachorro. Future dawn superheroes here today for you and me. El Cachorro, El Cachorro.
Welcome in, friends, for a long-awaited El Cachorro movie review. I mean, it's been a while since I did one. I didn't. I think it was Superman. I don't think I did one, but that's cool. Nothing about it. But I'm back, and a movie I've been wanting to see. It's been kind of hard to see. I'll explain that here in a minute. But I'm happy to say that after one dinosaur franchise has been dropping the ball lately with its movies. That complete trash of a movie that is Rebirth. Sorry. Not sorry. I did not like that movie that much. Somebody came back and gave a very good fun dinosaur movie. And I am happy to say I finally got to see Primitive War. Now this movie was kind of tough to see in my area because of course it's not at the theater where I have my unlimited pass, so it didn't go to Regal, so it's only in Cinemark. I think it was Cinemark and AMC had it. So I had to go to a Cinemark. But then on top of that, it also has like usually one showing a day at like 1:30 in the afternoon. If they do a second showing, it's at 9:30 at night or something like that. So it's not been the most convenient movie to get to. So I don't know. I mean, I get why it's limited screens, but I don't know why it's got such horrible times. I mean. Okay, you want to do a late over because it's an R-rated movie. You want to do a late showing at 9:30. Okay, the afternoon matinee should at least be like 3 or 4, not like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I finally got my chance to be able to make it to the theater to see this. And well, it's not a perfect movie. It's got flaws, but it is for me. It was 1,000 times more enjoyable than Rebirth was. It focuses on the actual dinosaurs, for one, not made-up monsters. Pretty much the cons I'll give it. I think it does run a little long. Does it have let's see, do I have the runtime here? It's definitely over 2 hours long. Do we have the runtime? Its limited screens is not helping it in the box office very well. $181,000. Its runtime is 2 hours and 13 minutes. There it is. We do not know its budget. But it's definitely a movie I feel like it's hoping to make its money on, I guess, when it goes on digital sales. Definitely want to check out this book, too, that's based off of. Did not mean to click on something. So no idea about the budget. It's theater box office wise, it's not going to do well. Although looks like it's doing well here, and that's pretty much where I'm sitting. I'm giving this movie a 7. It was a solid good time. I thought, like I said, the flaw I had is I think it does run a little long. I think there's some parts that could have been cut out. They just put some extra stuff in there to extend some scenes and stuff. So I do think it could have been tightened up a little bit. The dinosaurs, for the most part, look pretty damn good. There's a few shots where the CGI looks kind of eh. But most of them look pretty good. I mean, typically, this is a hyper B movie, is what I guess we can call this. It's not like... So obviously you got... One thing Jurassic World does right is its dinosaur animation always looks pretty stellar. So you always got them at the top level here. Then underneath that, you got, I'd say something like 65. 65 had pretty good CGI dinosaurs in whatever that one thing was. And I'd say this might be coming in just right, almost on par with that for its animation. Like I said, there's most of the shots you can see in the trailer, so it's look really good. I mean, sometimes when you get to the B movies, you get the dinosaur action where it's just pan. It looks like you can tell that they has placed a already used asset in there, and the dinosaurs just like does its own animation, and it doesn't make sense to what else is going around. I mean, this is 100% is they animated the animals to be part of the scene and do their parts in the scenes. So it's not like just like stock footage, kind of say, per se. So they definitely put a lot of care and effort into making the animals look good, and for the most part, they act like animals. But so the CGI, I think, holds up pretty well. The acting performances are decent. Some people aren't bad at all. So some people, some are okay, some are fine. I mean, there was nothing that took you out of the movie though. So it's a very solid movie still. So yeah, it's a solid 7. A very fun movie. I will definitely be picking this up when it goes on digital. Which I guess, I don't know. I guess its theater run ends this week. I don't know if it's still in theaters next week or not. So it's only got like 1 to 2 showings, so I don't know if people are going to keep it around or not. It's directed by Luke Spark, who still pretty unknown guy. Looks like I think he makes all his movies for the same company here. So he started off as movies that aren't ranked pretty high, but his last couple, as well as his last one, had a pretty good rating on it. The Scurry. A monstrous threat, badly injured with limited resources, they must navigate a treacherous, narrowing tunnel, hoping to finding an exit. That might actually sound kind of interesting, actually. I might want to check that out now. That doesn't sound too bad. This guy's not too. So you can see his breakdown, 7.8. We're always going to have some haters online because that's just how the internet works. If we look at this breakdown of their reserve view breakdown. Well, it's pretty heavily top-ended. I mean, 10s are a little stretches, but yeah, so around 7s where I'm falling in. I mean, I think Superman was my top movie of the year so far. Sorry, Snyder guys. I thought Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts were both solid movies. I thought they both kind of were a little slow at parts too. Thunderbolts, I just didn't like the villain fight. I haven't seen Weapons yet, so sorry. Rebirth's obviously down the list. That was bad. I can't remember what else I've seen this year. I might have to do some research to remember what movies I've gone on and seen. But so that's a pretty solid summer movie. Gives you the synopsis of the movie is it happens during Vietnam, and it's a war movie that just happens, boom, turns into a dinosaur movie. So they try to make sure that they focused on that. So it's a Vietnam movie. A special military group is sent in to go find a lost Green Beret thing to this really weird territory. They find dinosaurs are running amok in the area, and they have to, it becomes a survival thing of surviving the dinosaurs, trying to escape, stop the evil plan on why there are dinosaurs, and so yeah, it delivers on that. I'm trying to stay, we'll save the spoilers for the moment. Our top cast, we have Ryan Quanten. Never even heard of this person before. So not another big, there's a lot of people. There's a couple of known people. He's in True Blood. Of course, Trisha Helfer. People know her from Battlestar Galactica. She's done a lot of other stuff since then. Of course, Jeremy Piven would be another their big cast here. And then a lot of pretty much, and then this person is actually going to be in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie, playing one of the Mortal Kombat characters. So she's moving up. So yeah, so it's pretty small budget. I imagine it has to be a small budget. I mean, I guess they would. How much do they spend on the CGI is going to be where it comes into how they did there. For this movie's sake, I hope it's under 60 mil. I mean, somewhere around Godzilla minus one's budget would be great. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna how well you're going with their limited theater run. I don't know how well it will do. But even if you miss your chance to see it in the theater, this is definitely one to watch when it goes on digital. It is a good up there dinosaur movie. So solid 7. Let's jump into the spoilers. Some spoilers here on that. So that's right. If you haven't seen it, if you don't want anything ruined. All right. So we open up with the Green Beret troops. Where they get kind of see the last two get attacked. Then we go to our other guys. We see some other like the big wigs all getting together. They need to go find out what's going on with these Green Beret guys. Then we see another military group. I guess whose big thing is they're like the Bad Batch. They're just this rogue ragtag group of military guys that just kind of do the jobs that no one else likes to do. And they're like, supposedly we see them go and rescue a couple POWs. So they get them set on the mission to go do some recon, to go to this misty area. Everything's classified and won't tell me anything about it. So they go, they start coming across some weird stuff, some weird things start happening. And then until they get into a cave, this is when we first get our first spot of a dinosaur. It looks smaller. It's hard to pick out who some of the dinosaurs are because there's a lot of dinosaurs in this. So I'm thinking this is paleo accurate velociraptors that they fight here because they're real small feathered theropods. And we know Deinonychus was also in it, and those seemed like they were a lot bigger ones. So I don't think the ones in the cave were Deinonychus. I think they look smaller. So I think those were actually the real life velociraptors, which velociraptors the size of a turkey. Sorry to ruin that for you guys. But Deinonychus was the more closer to a raptor size. Maybe not quite as big as a raptor, but it was closer. So they run into them, and then they also come right above. We get introduced to our T-Rex. It's a mating couple with babies. And the male goes chasing after. The team gets split up, and the male T-Rex is chasing those two. The other guys are escaping the Deinonychus. And then we kind of get this split part thing where we see the guys that are on the loose just walking through, and you just get different spots of them spotting different dinosaurs throughout the way. Meanwhile, our other two guys are chased by the T-Rex. They jump off a cliff, and they run into Trisha Helfner's character, who's a Russian scientist, a paleontologist that's in the area that kind of like takes them back, gets them to come back to her. And then so it's pretty much she kind of realized the Russians are doing some kind of experiment. They were trying to do this thing that would let them open up, I guess, portals to different areas in the world, and it let them, instead they opened a portal in time that the dinosaurs came through. And now we're spreading everywhere, and her husband was part of it, was working for it. Her and her husband were forced to work on it until her husband was like, the bad guy, evil Russian guy killed her husband. So they were able to reunite the group, and this is where we also find out there is a giant-sized raptor, a huge monster raptor. Not quite sure what it is offhand. I think they just, from what I know, they just called it a raptor in the movie. It looks like it's definitely bigger than the Utah raptor, but so some other sort of raptor species. But along the way, we've seen a lot of sauropods. There's triceratopses. There's ankylosaurs. I think there's a spot with the baryonyx. Then we get on. So they end up getting back together. Go back to her little compound that she's been like copping herself in, and that's when the big raptors that kind of forced their way in, forced them to escape and get on a boat. And there's this long boat cruise where they just do like a lot of splash shots of different dinosaurs as they're driving by the boat. Does lead to a spot where we get some Spinosauruses. Like I said, I think this was like a shot just to show off a lot of the dinosaurs, but there was also another walking scene doing that too. I think you could have probably added some of that. I mean, it's cool to see all the dinosaurs and the CGI. That was awesome, but they didn't. It really just extended movie. But yeah, they're going to stop the Russian guy and take down this collider base, and they need to take it up and stop it and blow it up, because they don't think the U.S. no government should have access to this kind of power. Meanwhile, they're calling for the evac, and the radio general's like, no, don't destroy it, we need it all intact. So he's kind of going against his orders to destroy it. So it leads to some big giant confrontation at the military base between our soldiers, Russian soldiers, and a dinosaur war just breaks out. And the dinosaurs start attacking, the raptors start attacking. There's, I don't even know how many raptors. It's like hundreds of these giant raptors. So this is chaotic war scene that I just wish would have got all the that's the part where I wish we got more of, just this giant monster war, dinosaur war. So the story is kind of it's a B movie. So the acting's par for the course to get you through it, but when you get the good, when you get some dino action, the dino action pays off. The dino action feels good. It's fun. It's exciting. There's some jump scares. I mean, they actually did the one thing is they brought in a big group of people, so they had, several of them that could be fodder, unlike Jurassic World Rebirth, who had like a small group of people, and they killed most of them off in the first dinosaur encounter. I mean, the Spinosaurus, there was like, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. They had was a crew of 6, and 2 of them died right in the Spinosaurus attack at the beginning. So this one they had fodder, and surprisingly, a lot of them, kept surviving some of the attacks. So it's like, not every attack when someone died, they'd fight them off, and then you get. So that made the kills, when the kill would happen, the kill was more viable, because, man, these guys are fighting together and surviving together, and then finally when they lose one, it stuck out more, and sacrifices and stuff like that. So it was like really. So I felt like for some of the characters, it kind of paid off a little bit for that, the way it did that. But yeah, I mean, as we said, we had plenty of dinosaurs. They had mostly paleo accurate designs. I mean, we had feathered raptors. The Spinosaurus it was the aquatic mode Spinosaurus. A Margosaurus was in there at one point with its neck spines, and the T-Rex. One of the T-Rexes had quills. I think it was the female, if I think correctly. But dinosaur designs were done really well. So they definitely put a lot of love into that, and they definitely worked. So definitely was a passion project for this director. He really wanted to put some effort into it. So I think he delivered pretty well. And sadly, the movie's not gotten a lot of traction. Got very limited release. So check it out. If you're a dinosaur fan, definitely check this movie out. This is definitely a movie for dinosaur movie lovers. And until next time, Cachorro out.